Geeta, and today my laptop setting with my camera and mic and everything has just not been working. And this was a very important message that I have to get through today. And although I am live, you will probably not be able to comment. I want to update this as a proper recording. Lives can be a bit distracting for me, especially when I'm channeling. So, the topic we are talking about is understanding why the divine masculine or the runner. What exactly happens? So, when two divine counterparts are brought together, there's this instant recognition, there is this instant connection. You hit it off, there's a lot of chemistry, there's a lot of energy flow, there's a lot of sharing and talking, and so much love to be experienced, which is what we call the bubble phase or the honeymoon phase. All right. So when you have to remember, even if you have been on the path, on the spiritual journey for a while, usually the masculines, when they come in, they are coming in with their 3D energies, at least when it comes to their thinking, their mindset, their beliefs, their emotions, how they look at love or relationships, what they think is priorities, their work, their family, their commitments. I have to have this much money. Money is success. Having so many followers is success, what have you. They come from a very 3D level of understanding of things. And then they meet the divine feminine. They can see the light. And they are, if they're your divine counterpart, they do have memories of the truth hidden within them. So they do know that this is different, the energy is different. Now think about, we are going to go a little non-linear. Think about the childhood, not just the past lives. Past lives are also important, but now just go back to the childhood. Most light workers in the childhood or teenage, there has been a significant wound, usually from parents or something that's happened. Think of it as a meteor hitting the planet Earth, and there's a crater here now. A lot of them, they have become adults with the belief that they're not good people. Why? Because to fill this crater, this void in them, be it because of abandonment issues, they felt unaccepted, they were neglected or ignored by very busy parents, they had toxic or abusive parents or someone else around them, whatever the issue might be. They try to fill this void with things that are considered not good by society. It can be alcohol, drugs, it can be a partying lifestyle, or they wear a mask of, I'm a rebel, I'm a this is the life I choose for myself. Whereas, even in that choice is hidden pain. They do want to fit in, they do want to belong, they do want to be accepted, they do want people to be actually proud of what they do. But they come from a place of lack and scarcity, of being wounded. And then they keep repeating those patterns. They keep attracting relationships where they feel rejected, not good enough, where the person wants them to be something else than what they actually are. They fill that void to numb that pain. For them, they associate emotions with pain. Whenever they have got close to someone, they have got hurt, they have been rejected, there is pain. They think the more practical they can get, the more detached, non committed, be it in relationships, friendships, affairs, the safer they will be. And they have this huge protective gear. like a hazmat suit that they wear. Now, when they're brought face to face with the divine feminine, all those things that were kept buried under start bubbling over. That's just the way it works. They start getting triggered. Not only that, they see the divine feminine as everything they've ever dreamt of. But there are always complications because with twin flames, you're here to break paradigms. There might be age difference, there might be religious factors, there might be the families hate each other, Romeo and Juliet. There might be any number of such issues. The more wounds they have, the more issues will play out in the 3D. So when they see the divine feminine and her appearing as perfect as per their dreams or what they had hoped for, but they also see that she's ahead of them in the journey. They do not like, or they have been conditioned in the 3D that the man should take the lead, the man should be the one who is, the person leading someone, the teacher, the guide, the boss, the emperor. But they are right now the distorted masculine. They are the wounded masculines. And they have this deep belief no matter what they project, no matter how much confidence or bravado or charm they exude, it's a mask. Inside, they don't feel good enough. They feel like a failure most of the time. They look at the very things that they have resorted to deal with their pain, to numb their emotions, as negatives. Because they are still in 3D, they look at things as good and bad, right and wrong. They look at themselves the way they know society would judge them, their parents would judge them. And even though the feminine will probably try to reassure and say, but I know you, I can see you. I can see you have a beautiful soul, you have such a beautiful heart, you have so much love to give. I know, because she has this deep knowing. He doesn't believe. And I'm not talking here in gender specifics. The female gender could be the divine masculine, the male gender could be the divine feminine, or whatever. And from time to time, we do exchange roles when the energies are shifted around. But the masculine looks at the feminine and says, if you knew the truth, you wouldn't love me. No matter how much she tries to reassure him, he has this deep set belief, if I show you my true self, if I tell you the things I've done, if I tell you how callous I can be or how selfish I can be, how I also have hurt people because wounded people wound other people, hurt people, you would be ashamed of me. That's when they start withdrawing from the feminine, hoping that she will never see the truth. And those who are not new on the path and they are able to see through and yet continue to accept the masculine is like, how could you? So there's something wrong with you for loving me. They start projecting. If they are scared you'll reject them, they reject you. If whatever is their fear, they project onto you. Of course, women or the feminines do the same. That's why the inner work is essential, and that's why when you're brought together, you trigger each other. It may take place as an argument or fight or nothing at all, and they just ghost you. It's too much. The overwhelmingness, the amount of emotions, the stagnant emotions they have to clear out from multiple relationships, parents, childhood, if they were bullied, if they were made fun of, anything, wherever they have felt small, victimized, where they have felt rejected, where they have felt bullied, or that they were a misfit. The masculine's journey is more about accepting that love cannot be done from a safe distance. They need to be vulnerable, they need to speak their truth, they need to take action. As well as they cannot run away from emotions. Love is an emotion. You want it, you have to feel it all. You have to deal with the fights, the arguments, the good with the bad. And that takes them a while. They try and go back to the way they were before they met the feminine, but nothing feels the same. They sometimes run away to get into multiple one night stands and stuff like that. They hang out with their friends, they try to go back to their numbing agent, shopping, sex, or dope, drugs, alcohol, traveling, anything that they can. Some bury themselves deeply in work trying to forget. And the harder they try, the more the feminine is on their mind if the feminine has healed herself. There is immediate, the cord is activated, the telepathy is established, the 5D connection is already prevalent. Their names will pop up everywhere. Even feminines, you will also go through this. But today I'm just talking about the masculines and why they run. First of all, they cannot believe someone who they are now looking at as maybe out of their league, or even if they are in your league, it's like she's a too good to be true. So they use the smallest of excuse to run. It's very unsafe, it's very unfamiliar. The rules have suddenly changed. Some of them who can get a girl like this, or get someone to do exactly what they want to, suddenly get the opposite reaction or something from you, and they cannot handle it. They are massively triggered. Second, their own shame. Their own shame is what is that keeps them stuck. It's a vicious cycle. They keep repeating that behavior, and then they are more deeper in shame, and then they feel they are not worthy of this, that the feminine will not accept them, will not forgive them, will not want to be with them. She must have moved on. They use any excuse. When the distorted masculine is unhealed, seeing the strength, the sortedness of a divine feminine who is being doing her work, her healing work, not just is intimidating, it drives them always back to a weaker woman. A woman where they can feel like the man, where they feel better than the other person, where they are looked up to, where they are imparting knowledge. Their friends will be like that, the romantic partner or sexual partner will be like that. They want to feel stable again, and for that, they will choose lesser than. It's the Six of Wands card. Any attention, people who mean nothing to them, but they will hide behind loyalty, they will hide behind commitment, they will hide behind a lot of things. But the truth of the matter is, they will go to people who are weaker than them to feel good again, because they are not able to, as of now, fill their cup of self love. They have a false self worth, they have false egos, they want to be chased. And that's exactly the mistake a divine feminine makes, is when she starts chasing. She chases because she's in pain. She just wants her fix. She just wants this eternal love to now be in her life forever. And she starts giving the chase, taking away the time you both need away from each other to heal, to understand, to allow the downloads to take place. What about those who have been in separation for years? Usually, the portals and gateways, the masculine feels the nudge to reach out to the feminine. But if he is still not healed, has not yet learnt his lessons, they will again go back in the same loop. If they are healed, you will come together and go to the next phase, and more triggers and more healing and more working on things will come up. Also, the romance and the wonderful, marvelous, out of the world chemistry and the telepathy and magic happening, and you can heal things and do magic stuff. All that too comes back, but with that comes the homework as well. But if it has been going on for a long time, a whole bunch of twin flames who the feminine has been continuously doing the work, has been progressing, they are being sent someone else to continue the journey on with. I will talk about this later. I've already been talking about this. I hope I am making sense why the masculine is so reluctant to take off the hazmat suit. They feel vulnerable. And since thousands of years, the masculine has been told it's your job to be the one in control, to take charge of situations, to guide the woman in your life. You are the owner, the husband, the pati, the adipati is yours. You're the boss. The feminine has been used to being suppressed. All codes of morality and everything has been put on her by patriarchy to keep her in check. We'll talk again a separate video on that. But the masculine currently feels the skewedness, the unfairness. They are able to see where they are not treating you fairly. They are able to see the truth. They don't want to accept it. This is an entirely different role. This is somewhere where they have to be emotionally available, be open, be vulnerable, be expressive. Whereas for generations, they have been told to man up, to not cry. Men don't cry. Men don't feel pain. Men don't feel fear. Don't listen to the woman. What do they know? Follow orders. Orders by who? Governments, the society. Now they have to unlearn that and learn to discern what is their intuition. Should they go back to the familiar just because it's familiar, it's comfortable? Or should they follow this divinely guided path, walk on it, go to the divine feminine who makes them feel things, makes them feel out of control, gives them a trippy feeling, gets their kundalini activated, their body feels the vibrations, all of us feel it, but they are the ones who want to be in complete control. Surrendering is not a part of their vocabulary. They're used to being the alpha men if it's a male. They're used to being in charge. They're not used to feeling so much, and that to softness, tenderness, protectiveness. And that makes them very reluctant to take off the mask, show them their true self, to open up about things they feel ashamed of, that terrifies them. They feel they will be judged, they will be criticized. They're not sure they will be able to de addict themselves. They're not sure if they are open to receiving so much love because somewhere they believe they don't deserve it. Their childhood wound makes sure they feel they don't deserve it. Why am I talking about this today? Is not for you to sit around wait for them. It's for you to understand why you shouldn't take what a masculine is doing when they are triggered, when they are running, why you shouldn't take these things personally. That's the exact time where you should focus on your triggers. What were the thoughts you came up with? I'm unlovable. I'm always the second choice. Nobody loves me. Feeling jealousy, feeling whatever. Work on that. Work on yourself. Don't take what they are doing personally. If they are truly your divine masculine, when they are ready, they will reach out. Whether they are fully healed or not, they will reach out. They will find a way. Even if you have blocked them everywhere, they will find a way. That which is yours will never pass you by. And this is being choreographed and overlooked by the spirit, by the universe, by the angels. So trust, keep doing your work, your inner work. Master your emotions, master your thoughts, master your energy, your pain body energy, how you're utilizing your time. Master and heal your physical body. It holds the biggest clues to your ancient blockages, ancient pain, every anything that you're going through in your body is an indication of where you have energy blockage. And master your 3D world. Become independent. Leave your codependencies, the need for a man, need for a relationship. Be financially self sustaining. Become authentically you, yourself. Make your own rules. When you master these four, you become the empress. So, what if you have a child in the meantime? So, we are here to break 3D paradigms. You do you. What your soul nudges you to do that. The masculines are really going through the grind. For those of you who are going to be receiving, meeting new divine counterparts, there might be a couple of false starts. Maybe in form of more than one person coming. It might be a test to see if you'll again rush in, if you'll again put up with behavior that you have learned your lessons are not acceptable. Are you just going to take the first offer that comes your way? Are you going to stay in your power? Are you going to be discerning? Are you going to let that affect you and just change your entire life? Or are you going to just make them a part of your life? Are you going to stay in your power? Or are you again going to give away your power? Are you again going to get attached? Are you again going to get stuck to labels? Marriage is also a label, mind you. No one likes to talk about that in our community. Marriage is also a label. So, at this time, there might be a couple of false starts. Even if the new person is your divine counterpart, they might need a little time after meeting you to ascend, to catch up with you. Masculines at this time are definitely being put through the grind, the dark night of the soul. Their loops are not ending. No matter what they're doing, they're not getting the desired results. They are being made to be aware of what you bring to the table, how you're different from others. Where others would have behaved in a certain way, you don't. Well, if you do, well, don't. Change, grow, heal, become a divine feminine. If you want a divine masculine, if you're a distorted feminine, you'll attract all kinds of distorted masculines, not necessarily your divine masculine, even. So, work on yourself, and a lot of people are going to be brought together with people. Ignore all labels. You are there to assist them, and they are going to be here to assist you with your next phase of your journey. Don't get attached. Don't be about where is this leading or how long will this last. Some might come as to inspire you, to get you moving, to show you the path, to show you an alternate way of living, some alternate other belief systems, or some other way of existence, of tools. They might be sharing different things with you. Just be open, just be very attentive, because Libra season and Scorpio season, your body, your chakras are going to go on overdrive. All kind of frustrations, from sexual frustrations to being tempted, to wanting to go back to being a people pleaser, wanting to just maintain harmony for the sake of it, a lot of that will happen. If you're watching this video at any time, because most of my channelings and most of my even readings are timeless, with the intention of whenever, if someone watches this 10 years down the line, it will have the answer for them. It still holds. Even if there's no Libra season around or Scorpio season around, it still holds. The message remains the same. Give them space and utilize your time fruitfully. For the masculines, it's a very jarring experience. They haven't grown up reading Mills and Boons and dreaming of Yash Raj films, or Julia Robert and what's his name? The British actor, Nottingham Hill. Um, I'm not remembering his name. Watching all those rom-coms. The masculines were about competition and sports and earning well, making their parents proud. And they're having to switch their mindset. It's the world turning completely upside down. Women, or the feminines, have to break out of rules imposed by the society about what makes them good. Oh, it's just your sex, your sexuality, your hymen is the only thing that makes you good and pure. Right. So you have to get out of that. You have to break rules imposed. A single girl cannot live alone. Why ever not? That you must get married, you must have children, you must be nurturing in a certain way, you must be in front of everyone. Oh, if you're earning, you and your spouse are both earning, you both go to work, why should it just be the female gender who has to come back and cook or clean? You have to start questioning why to everything that you've been taught. And for the masculines, it's even harder because they're the ones who have been imposing it since thousands of years. They're the ones who made those rules and now they're having to break it. Put yourself in that shoe. A rule that you made. Now you have to go and change it out. It's not easy. So that's a little bit about the journey of the masculines, the divine masculines. They're not divine when you meet them. You experience the divine in them, the divine energy that they carry, the potential that they carry. But if they are choosing to stay in the old, in the 3D, in a place where the falsehood, the false connections, the false friendships, the false love is enough for them, no matter how miserable they are feeling, how much they're missing you, let them go. That means they're not ready. You will not be left by the universe. You will be sent someone else. You will find love. And labels are not important. Divine soulmate, who cares? Divine counterpart is a divine counterpart. You're here to do a job. You're not here to experience romance for the sake of romance. We all have wanted that. The simple life, falling in love, getting married to the person we love, and having children and dogs and all that. But as twin flames, you are a warrior of light. You're here to do a job. You're a light worker. You're here to find out your spiritual gifts. You're here to assist with the ascension, and that's why your ascension will be rapid. If you still are not someone who has figured out how the universe communicates with you, how to listen to your intuition, if you're still chasing, if you're still in mindset of scarcity after being on this path for more than even a year, you're doing it wrong. You're not doing your inner work. So take charge of your life. This is a huge significant time. The great shift is ongoing. Your timelines are being rewritten. Do you not want to experience the good, the relationship, the connection, the love, the magical abilities? Do you not want to assist with the ascension? If you do, take this seriously and do your work, do your inner work. Let go of those sad narratives, the old way of thinking, the old way of being. Let it go now. This turned out to be a little firmer and sterner, but that's the energy that's coming through me right now. This is not me, okay? So I have to make many such videos. I had stopped doing them, but right now, since last night, I have been given again a whole bunch of things to talk about with the twin flames, with the light worker community, with the divine feminines, with the divine masculines. If you're a divine masculine, or you think you are, uh, do leave me a comment, or you can find me on Instagram at spirit.blythe. I'll try and put this in the description box. I don't know how to post the link from Insta. I'll try and figure that out. Please connect with me there if you would like to understand this journey much more. The feminines have been on this journey for a long time. They understand at least the basics of it. So, if you've had some very unusual meeting up, some very deep connection, which doesn't make any sense, but the thought doesn't leave you, where you are procrastinating, connecting with someone, or something like that, please connect. I would love to explain to you what is going on, or at least share articles, something like that. And I leave you with so much love and light. And I'm going to be coming on now live for those of you who are here, where we will be able to chat as well. All right, just give me 2 minutes.